Would you call your first witness, please?
Yes, Your Honor. As a preliminary matter, it would appear based off my notes that prior to the court taking a recess today in this matter, the defendant made certain statements on the record concerning her right to representation, or rather the lack thereof. Based off my notes, the state will be requesting a formal ruling before this matter proceeds to trial, whether or not the defendant has either waived her right to counsel on record verbally or by other acts prior to today's setting.
All right, officers, would you please, if you haven't already, give Ms. Phillips a waiver of counsel? Do you have that in front of you, Ms. Phillips?
No, ma'am, he's getting it.
All right. But I understood you to tell me that you know you have the right to hire an attorney. You did attempt to do that.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
were unsuccessful. And you also know you have the right to apply for court-appointed attorney, but you declined to do that. Is that all correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And you wish to waive your rights to an attorney and represent yourself, Ms. Phillips? Ms. Phillips, you wish to waive your right?
No, I'm not. I don't want to waive any rights.
Okay.
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right. This takes us back to where
We can still go on with this.
I think I've had this conversation with you. And
Yes,
Ms. Phillips, if you do not hire an attorney, if you do not apply for a court-appointed attorney, you are basically waiving your rights to an attorney and choosing to represent yourself. Now, you may not say that. You may not sign a paper that says that. But in fact, I'm finding that's what you're doing. So even though Mr. Regier, she won't sign the document, she gives me no choice but to find that she's not hiring an attorney and she's not applying for court appointed. Those are constitutional rights she has, or she chooses not to.
But I choose not to, ma'am.
Okay. Well, by choosing not to have an attorney, by choosing not to have an attorney, you actually are waiving the right, and that's fine. And we'll proceed with you representing yourself. You do want to represent yourself?
Yes,
Ms.
ma'am.
Phillips? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. That's as good as you're going to get, Mr. Regier, is my finding that she is so done.
Very good, Your Honor. If the court is satisfied on that issue, the state is prepared to proceed to trial, and the state would call Master Trooper Scott Kane to the stand following waiver of opening statements.
All right. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay, I'm going to need you to unmute. Thank you. Please proceed, Mr. Regier.
Yes, Your Honor. Would you please state your name for the record?
Scott Kane,
And where are you employed?
the state of Kansas, Kansas Highway Patrol,
Okay. And what is your professional title in that capacity?
Master Trooper.
Okay. And how long have you worked as an officer?
I've been with the Kansas Highway Patrol for over 20 years.
Okay. Did you operate in a law enforcement capacity with any other agencies prior to that time?
No,
Okay. Were you on active duty in your professional capacity on November 8, 2023 at approximately 4:54 p.m.?
I was.
Okay. And where were you at that time?
I was near the intersection of K254 and Boyer Road.
Okay. And is that in Butler County?
That is.
Okay. Were you in a vehicle of some kind or on foot at the time?
I was in a patrol vehicle.
Okay. Is this a marked patrol vehicle?
It is.
Okay. Do you recall if your marked patrol vehicle was being driven at the time, or was it stationary?
I don't recall if I was stationary or not. It's been quite a while.
Okay. At this intersection of K254 and Boyer, would you describe this area as being within any city limits?
I believe it's El Dorado.
Okay. And in this particular intersection, do you recall if if traffic is regulated at this intersection by any traffic control signals?
It is.
Okay. What are these traffic control signals?
Traffic lights.
Okay. At this intersection, I think of K254 and Boyer Road, would you describe K254 as more straight or more curving?
At that location, it's straight.
Okay. Same question with regard to Boyer Road at that location, curving or straight?
It's straight.
Okay. In this area, is K254 open to public use?
It is.
And how about Boyer Road? Is that open for public use also?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall what the weather was like on the date and time in question?
I don't.
Okay. Is there anything that you recall about the area that that might have impaired your field of vision in any way that you can remember?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Master Trooper, are you familiar with KSA 8142?
I am.
What does that require drivers to attach and display on their vehicles?
A registered license plate.
Okay. And these registered license plate is it required that these license plate be actually registered to the vehicles they are affixed on?
That's correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request the court take judicial notice of KSA 8142.
So taken?
Master Trooper, are you familiar with KSA 43104?
I am.
Okay. And what does that require drivers in Kansas to present to law enforcement upon demand?
Insurance.
Okay. And in Kansas, are these insurance pieces that you're referring to, are those required to be maintained at all times while operating vehicles?
That's correct.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I also respectfully request the court take judicial notice of KSA 43104.
Taken?
Master Trooper, do you consider yourself capable of identifying traffic violations when you see them?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any past experiences or special training that allows you to identify traffic violations besides your 20 years of experience?
After the academy, we had a FTO, field training,
Okay.
for 70 working days.
All right. And this FTO, how often are you required to complete this this training requirement?
Just one time.
One time? Okay. Do you have any continuing education requirements that you're expected to complete to maintain your certification as a law enforcement officer?
Yes.
And what is that continuing education requirement?
To complete at least 40 hours every year.
Okay. And are you current on your continuing education requirements at this time?
I am.
Okay. On November 8, 2023, at approximately 4:54 p.m., did you see any acts that you considered traffic violations?
Yes.
Okay. What did you see?
I observed a vehicle with a Kansas decal that caught my eye. Because it wasn't the current year.
Okay. And could you please describe this vehicle for the court as you remember it?
It shows it's a 2001 Buick.
Okay. And what direction was this Buick driving?
It was westbound on 254.
Okay. Now you've touched briefly on the decal on the license plate of this Buick. Did you ever determine whether this license plate was actually assigned to this Buick?
Yes, I did determine that it wasn't.
Okay. And did you ever successfully conduct a traffic stop on this Buick?
Yeah, I caught up to her as she was pulling into her property.
Okay. And where was this property located?
Uh, says I caught up the vehicle at 3rd and Terrace, I believe is what it is. It's right off of K-196.
Okay. And is that location, to the best of your knowledge, in Butler County as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And you mentioned that it was just off of 196. Is that a roadway in Butler County?
It is.
Okay. Um, to the best of your knowledge, is this roadway open to public use as well?
It is. It's state highway.
Okay. Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request leave of the court to share my screen.
Go ahead.
Master Trooper, do you see the video footage on the screen?
I do.
Okay. Do you know what kind of video footage this is?
Yeah, it's from my watch guard system that we have in our patrol cars.
Okay. And when you say my watchguard system, do you mean to testify that this is from your patrol vehicle specifically?
I do.
Okay. And are you familiar with such video footage in your ordinary course of business?
Yes.
Okay. Now you mentioned now and is it also your testimony that you have personal knowledge as to this particular video footage?
Yes.
Okay. Were you personally present at the time of the events depicted in this video footage?
Yes.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, has this video footage been altered in any way?
Not that I know of.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, is this video footage an accurate depiction of the events of the November 8, 2023 stop?
It is.
Your Honor, at this time, I move to admit the video footage of the November 8, 2023 stop as State's Exhibit 1.
Hearing no legal objections, the video will be admitted.
Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request leave of the court to play the video footage from approximately minute marker 145 to minute marker 245.
Granted.
With and Your Honor, the state would request that the court instruct the witness to view the video footage as it's being played carefully.
Okay, and you said 142 through
145 to 245 at this juncture, Your Honor, would be the state's intention.
145. One more time,
145 to 245, Your Honor.
245. Okay, thank you. All right, and the witness is instructed to pay attention carefully. I think that's what you're asking.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I may proceed.
Please proceed.
Okay, when I did sex number, I don't know. Yes. Your check is back, not good. The address.
Southwestern.
You stay in the house or you stay in the 5th floor? Okay. Do you have an auto entry for this?
Master Trooper, did you have sufficient opportunity to observe the driver of the Buick in the video footage?
I did.
Okay. Based off of the video footage and your recollection of the November 8, 2023 stop, do you see the driver of the Buick present in the Zoom conference?
I do. She's sitting with the title Court Security 3.
Okay. Can you describe any other physical attributes of this individual that stand out to you?
It's hard to tell right now. It looks like grayish hair, blondish grayish hair. It's hard to tell in the video.
Okay.
Glasses.
And is it your testimony today that this individual you've pointed out is the same individual in the video footage?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request the court let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
The record shall so reflect.
Your Honor, at this time, I respectfully request leave of the court to stop sharing my screen.
Very well. Granted.
Thank you, Your Honor. Master Trooper, during the stop, did the defendant ever provide you with official identification? Your Honor, may I have leave to re-ask the question? There may have been a slight technical lag.
Yes, I thought that was just my camera. Go ahead.
To re-ask the question, Master Trooper, during the stop, did the defendant ever provide you with official identification?
Yes, that's what she was handing me there in the video.
Okay, and what was this official identification?
It's her Kansas driver's license.
Okay. Did you ever ask the defendant about the license plate attached to the Buick?
I believe so.
Okay. Do you recall if the defendant ever admitted whether the license plate on the Buick belonged to the Buick?
I don't recall if she admitted that it didn't belong on there, but from running the tag and the VIN and everything, that's how I knew it didn't.
Okay. One moment, please. Your Honor, at this time, I request leave the court to share my screen again.
Granted.
Your Honor, it would appear I need authorization to do so.
Yes, Missy, could you give him authorization, please, to share his screen? Missy?
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were there.
Your Honor, at this time, the state would respectfully request leave of the court to play State's Exhibit 1 from approximately minute marker 1620 to minute marker 1645 for purposes of refreshing the witness's recollection.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Miss Phillips, where's the tag that belongs on this? Where's the tag that belongs on this?
I honestly don't even know if it's that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. So for citation, what's
I
that?
was waiting for my paycheck, but
Master Trooper, did you have the opportunity to review that segment of State's Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Okay. To ask the question again, did you ever ask the defendant about the license plate that was attached to the Buick?
Yes.
Okay. Did the defendant admit to driving the Buick without the license plate attached to the Buick?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
We watched her get out of it.
Okay. Did you ever, during the stop, did you ever ask the defendant whether they had valid proof of insurance on the Buick?
Yes. When I asked her for her license, she provided her license but didn't provide me any insurance.
Okay. Did you ever ask the defendant how long she had resided at this particular address?
No.
She resided at this address longer than 10 days because I asked her about her address on her license.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, when an individual resides at an address, are they required to update that?
Within 10 days of moving, they are.
Okay. Did you ever write the defendant a citation for violations of KSA 8142 403104, as well as the statute that requires defendants to update their driver's license with the Department of Revenue?
I did.
Okay. And what is this statute that requires the address to be updated?
It's 8-248.
Barring any redirect, no further questions, Your Honor. And if with the court's leave, I will stop sharing my screen.
Permission granted.
And again, Your Honor, barring any redirect, no further questions.
All right, now, Ms. Phillips, it's not yet an opportunity for you to tell me what happened or to testify, but if you want to ask the trooper any questions, this is the time to ask him questions, particularly about what he has just testified. Have you any
Officer?
questions?
I do have one question. Was I speeding, driving without a seatbelt, running any lights at the
Objection, Your
time?
Honor, relevance not before this court.
I'm going to overrule. Go ahead, Miss Phillips.
Was I breaking any laws at the time? Speeding, running a
I'm good.
light?
Yes, I observed your decal not being current on your tag, and that's why I ran the tag and found out that it didn't belong on the car.
But I wasn't speeding, running any lights? Nothing like that?
No, ma'am.
I don't have any other questions for you. I'm not going to demean you this way. Thank you very much. I
All right.
appreciate you coming in.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips. Mr. Regier, any redirect based on that limited cross-examination?
And from the state, Your Honor.
Very well. You may call your next witness, Mr. Regier.
State has no further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. State rests.
The state does so rest, Your Honor.
Ms. Phillips, the state is indicating that all the evidence it intends to present has been presented. You may now present any evidence you wish. You don't have to present evidence. You cannot be compelled to present evidence, and your failure to do so would not be used as guilt against you. But you're certainly entitled to testify if you wish, or to call any witnesses you wish.
Don't have any witnesses, ma'am. My only concern was with the warrants and stuff, and I can take that up at a later date. So you can go ahead with your sentencing and so forth. I'm fine with that.
All right, you have no evidence to present, Ms. Phillips.
ma'am.
Is that
No,
okay? All right, well, based on the evidence before the court, the defendant is found guilty of count 1, operating a vehicle without registration, specifically having an expired decal that is required on the tag. In count 2, she is also,
And Your Honor,
yes, did you file an amended info?
that would be the state's understanding, specifically in June of last year.
All right, better go back and look at that.
what did I miss that?
All
And
right.
did they not? Because I showed up to the date that was on the ticket. The officer had wrote on it. Apparently there was no court that date, and I went down to, I believe it was Mr. Reiger's office, and gave them my change of address through an email. That should have been in there as well.
All right, well, let's look at the charges. They have dismissed one charge against you. The failure to register your vehicle is now count 2. Count 1 is now driving the vehicle without the tag assigned. And I can find you and do find you guilty based on the evidence before me of driving on or about November 8th of 2023 in Butler County, operating or attempting to operate on a highway of this state while the vehicle you were operating did not have displayed thereon the license plate or registration decal other than one assigned to the vehicle by the division. In other words, you were driving without the right license plate. You had the wrong plate on your car, and I do find you guilty. Count through 3, you're charged with no proof of insurance. I find you guilty of that. Count 4, failing to change your address within 10 days. I find you guilty of that as well. Mr. Regier, any recommendations by the state for sentencing purposes?
Yes, Your Honor. With respect to count 1, the state is recommending a $50 fine, court costs, and a 6-month underlying sentence. With respect to count 3, the state is recommending the minimum fine required by law of $300 and a 6-month underlying sentence concurrent. With respect to count 4, the state is recommending a $10 fine. The state is recommending a non-reporting probationary period for a period of 1 year.
All right, now, Mr. Regier, you and I seem to have a hard time reconciling registration and traffic offense penalties. You said you recommend a $10 fine. Where do you,
Your
Where
Honor,
do
the
you
state had
stand?
recommended a $10 fine with respect to count 4, the failure to change address.
is there a statutory, I think that, does that not just fall under penalties for title and registration? Give me just a moment. Registration and title offenses. A misdemeanor. Okay, it does not give a minimum fine, and so long as it's not to exceed 2,500. Or by 30 days, less than 6, that's fine. All right, $10 is allowed. It's not prohibited in any way. I just am not used to a $10 fine for a traffic and registration violation. All right, so let me see if I understand your recommendations. Count 1, $50 in 6 months. Count 3, 300 in 6 months. Count 4, $10 and no time, correct?
That would be the state's recommendation, Your Honor.
All right, now, Ms. Phillips, if you have any recommendations for the sentence, you're welcome to give them the same as the state did, and then I will decide what the sentence will actually be.
No, ma'am, I do not.
All right. Then at this time, you are assigned $108 in court costs. Count 1 will be a $50 fine and 6 months suspended jail sentence. Count 3 is $300, the minimum for that charge by law, and a 6-month concurrent jail sentence. And on count 4, a $10 fine. The total due looks like it's about $468. Can you pay that today or need some time?
No, I need Friday.
All right, I'm going to just say within 30 days, and as long as you have that paid within 30 days, you'll be fine. For the 2 suspended 6-month concurrent sentences, I'm granting a 6-month non-reporting probation. You do not have to see a probation officer. It just means that for 6 months, you're on probation with 2 conditions. The first is do not violate any laws, and the second is to pay within 30 days. Now, you do have up to 14 days to appeal this decision to the Kansas Court of Appeals, should you think that I have made any illegal or inappropriate legal findings or rulings. If you appeal it, I'm going to set your appeal bond at $468 cash. And if there's anything else from either of you?
Nothing further to say other than thanking Master Trooper Kane for honoring his subpoena this afternoon.
Anything further, Ms. Phillips?
No, ma'am, I don't think so.
All
Actually, I do have one question. I do. So when I pay this 468, say I file, an appeal, that's what this goes towards?
Well,
Is-
that,
I don't
that's
understand how
what I
that
would
works. I'm sorry.
suggest. You could pay them both, but yeah, that 468, the reason I picked that amount
Mhm,
is so that by the time, when the appeal finally runs,
mhm.
should you prevail, should you win, it would go back to you. Should you lose, then it is there so that it could pay the judgment of 468.
Okay, okay. Well, because my only concern was all the missed stuff in the paperwork that in the warrant that wasn't even me. That I had to pay a
Okay.
bond on. So that was
All
my
right.
only concern.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Ms. Phillips. Thank you, Trooper Kane, who's already disappeared, and thank you, Mr. McGear, everyone else. This hearing is adjourned, and I think this docket can adjourn as well. Jenna, do we have any other cases left on the docket? You can go, Ms. Phillips.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.